My next guest takes on Jake Ellenberger at UFC Fight Night 135 on August 25th. Of course, I'm talking about Bam Bam, Bryan Barberena, joining me here on the program. Bryan, how are you?
Doing great. Thanks for having me on.
It's good to talk to you, man. And of course, you were supposed to fight Jake back at UFC Fight Night 131, but you had to pull out due to an injury. What was the injury, and how long was the recovery time on it?
Yeah, I've been trying to fight Jake for a long time. The fight never happened, and then the last time my foot, I injured in my fight with Leon Edwards, had surgery, tore some tendons, broke my foot. They had to repair that. I wasn't able to walk for like 6 months, and then just recovery after that. And then I just injured a little bit more when I got the call for the fight. And then I actually hadn't even signed any paperwork yet. I was waiting to get cleared by the doctor to make sure, because I wanted to take the fight. And I was ready to sign, but I had to get cleared by the doctor first, and they didn't clear me, so I wasn't able to get the fight.
How has this last year been, just with the fact you've had a bit of a layoff there, and I know you've kind of, I believe you bought like a new house or something. Like, how's everything been outside the cage?
Everything's been great, man. Really happy. I moved from Arizona to Tennessee, bought property. We have 50 acres. We're starting our own little ranch farm.
Nice.
And we have animals and experiencing a whole new thing, man. We really love it. Really happy. My soul's happy. I'm feeling good, and I'm ready just to get back in the cage.
Let's talk about Jake Ellenberger, 31-14 record. How do you feel like you match up against him?
I feel like I match up against him great. I think this is a great fight for me. This is his last fight. This is his last fight in the UFC. He's in his hometown. I'm used to people going to people's hometown and beating people up. So it's just a good fight for me. If he wants to stand up, that's fine. I'd love to do that. If he wants to wrestle me, I'll stuff his shots or get up and beat him up some more. Either way, this is ending in a finish, and he's gonna be on the wrong end.
How have you structured your training camp? You mentioned living out in Tennessee now, and then going to Arizona to train at the lab. How long were you at the lab for this camp?
Yeah, so I worked at Shield Training Systems in Knoxville with Coach Ben out there. Great group out there with Scott Holtzman also. And then I went over to North Carolina and worked at Jimmo's with Jeff Jimmo, and dude's a wizard. He's like really good. He helped me out a lot, get me prepped and get me ready. And then I came out to the lab. I'll be here for the rest of camp, so it's like 3-4 weeks. And then just finish up at the camp with my team and finish strong and ready to get in this.
Excellent. And as far as training partners and everything like that, who are some of you mentioned some of the names there, Scott Holtzman. Is there anyone you work with a little bit more than others at some of those camps?
Yeah, Scott Holtzman, Impa is at Jimmo's. Rainey, he's in the UFC also. Who else? Boom Gordon. You got to watch him. On Tuesday, he fights on the Contender Series. Watch Bobby Moffitt. He's fighting on the Contender Series also this Tuesday, so make sure you guys keep an eye on them. A lot of great guys, Chase over at Jimmo's. I'm working with, Jakar here, David, Benson, of course. It's just a roster of great guys. I'm going to get all the work I need here and at those gyms, and I'm not going to see anything that's going to surprise me in the fight.
Yeah, that's a lot of different looks. I mean, that's a huge advantage going into a fight like this, just getting to work with different training partners. Who's going to be in your corner with that said? Because you got 3 different camps there. Who's going to be getting the call to Lincoln?
Yeah, John Crouch is going with me. Jeff Jimmo is going with me, and Benson Henderson.
Oh, perfect. Benson's a great cornerman from what I hear. He's great, just with the knowledge he has and everything.
Yeah, I love having him in the corner. He's he sees a lot of great openings and things going on in the fight. Great direction, and also he's really loud, so it's easy to hear him.
Yeah. How's the weight cut going? You haven't fought in a while. I know sometimes it's tough to keep that weight off a little bit. How is the cut going ahead of this fight?
Yeah, it's going good, right on schedule. My weight got kind of high with surgery and everything, and not really being able to walk at all. But the weight's good. It's right on track. I'm feeling good. I was able to bring it down and get on a diet plan and work my way down. So feeling good about the weight cut. It's not an issue at all. I'm not even worried about it.
How do you see this fight playing out on August 25th?
I'm gonna knock him out. That's it. That's the only way it's playing out, is I'm gonna knock him out.
Okay.
It'll be a first round, second round, third round. Either way, I'm knocking him out. That's it. This is his last fight in the UFC, and he hasn't officially announced it, I guess. Supposedly he's coming out of retirement to fight me. No, this is going to be his retirement fight. This is it. I'm announcing it for him. This is his last fight. He's a great guy. He's done great things for the UFC and for fighting and for us fighters and everything, but it's time for him to pursue something else now.
What's next for you? Are you looking to get back in there a little bit sooner just to get some momentum going, or you just see how this fight goes?
Yeah, I plan to finish this fight and then hopefully get a fight early December, mid-December area before Christmas, so that way I can fight, bring home some money for some Christmas presents for the kids, and enjoy Christmas with the family without having to be in fight camp.
Do you ever get people giving you comparisons to Luke Thomas? You kind of got the same thing going with the beard and everything like that. Do people kind of make fun of you for that a little bit?
No, actually, I've never gotten that.
Oh, you've never heard that? I was gonna say, I wonder if people ever message you and they're like, "I loved you on the MMA Hour, man."
No, man. No, I've never gotten that actually.
Have you ever been interviewed by Luke?
Thomas? Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, but I don't remember him. I think it might have been a phone interview. I don't think I've ever seen a picture of him or anything.
Oh, really? Okay. No, you have very similar beards and kind of like the same look. So except you know what would the difference is the Bam Bam hat. I think that would be the dead giveaway. So I couldn't see Luke wearing a hat like
hair
that.
Right now.
Yeah.
He has floppy hair because I got floppy hair right now.
Speaking of the Bam Bam thing, any thoughts on ever going to pro wrestling? Your buddy Luke Sanders there at the lab. He's dating Becky Lynch, and we've seen a lot of MMA fighters head over to the WWE, like Ronda Rousey. Is that something that would ever interest you after your fighting career is over?
My kids would probably love that. They like watching WWE and all about it, and I was really into it when I was younger. And I mess around with them on the trampoline. We fake wrestle all the time or whatever, but. I don't know. Honestly, I'd like to have, when I'm done fighting, I'd like to just be on my ranch and, do that. It's a lot of hard work, but I love it and I'm at peace out there. So when I'm done, I'd like to just, ranch and farm.
Okay. Did you ever watch pro wrestling growing up at all?
Oh, hell yeah.
Who's
all
your guy?
time, man.
Besides Bam Bam Bigelow,
I used to wrestle
who's
my
your guy?
brothers. Yeah, Bam Bam Bigelow, man. I used to wrestle my brothers in the living room all the time. Freaking power bombing them and stuff. We'd get in trouble all the time for wrestling.
Speaking of brothers, I interviewed your brother earlier this year, Kevin. What's the latest with him? He last fought for CES.
Yeah, he's busy. He's finding his way, but he's always busy. During the summers and stuff. He's a wildland firefighter, so he's out there protecting people's homes and stuff by fighting these fires. So he's staying busy with that and. Pursuing, maybe he'll get back in the cage again. He's just right now he's focused on firefighting. So
good for him. What do you get up to as far as downtime in Arizona? Because I know you're away from your family and everything like that. Are you popping in any Netflix or anything like that? What are you watching?
That's the hardest part is being away from my family, man. I miss them so much. Any chance I get, it's not Netflix or Hulu or anything like that. It's FaceTiming my kids and playing. I've been playing Fortnite with my kids on my phone.
Nice.
And Roblox and stuff like that, man. Just anything I can do to spend some time with my kids while I can. The 3-hour time difference is killing me, so any chance I get, I'm talking to them or playing games with them. So
okay.
Don't really have it's training in them. That's it.
Do you ever play with Sean O'Malley? I know he's a pretty big gamer.
I haven't played with Sean O'Malley actually. No, not yet. But. I'm sure I'll get some game time in with him before I leave.
Good stuff, man. Well, we're looking forward to this fight. What a matchup this is. I can't wait for it. It's coming up here August 25th. It's UFC Fight Night 135. Bryan, it was great to finally get a chance to talk to you. I know we had tried to set this up for a while. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you have any sponsors or shout-outs, the floor is yours.
Okay, yeah, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Bryan_Barberena. I have a fan page on Facebook, Bryan Barberena. Excuse me. I have a Bam Bam lunchbox coming back out because when you fight me, you need to pack lunch. And what kid doesn't want a lunchbox? What adult doesn't want a badass lunchbox? So I got lunchboxes coming. You can go to my website, bryanbarberena.com. I got shirts for order up there. Also, the lunchbox will be releasing. Thanks to my sponsors, La Piazza, Gold Club Kennel, our Gold Club Canine Group, giving me great products for my dogs. Hold on. I'm drawing a blank.
But they can find that in your social media.
Sweet James.
Sweet
James. Yeah, you can find all my sponsors on my social media, but Sweet James is always there. He always has my back. If you're ever in an accident, you contact Sweet James. He is an accident attorney, and he'll get you squared away. So make sure you follow those people. Also, if you haven't tried Red Bar, the bars, they're like an energy protein bar. Dude, they're amazing.